church. You know, I love Christmas. I really, truly love Christmas. But if I'm being a bit honest with you, Christmas makes me a little melancholy. Growing up, one of my favorite Christmas specials was the Charlie Brown Christmas special. I still love it. And I'd watch it every year, and every year it would make me a little sad. I related a little bit too much to Charlie Brown. You know, I have some really wonderful memories of Christmas growing up, but I also have some really sad memories from Christmas growing up. Maybe you're the same. You know, I think Christmas for us, it's the one time of the year where we really, really work hard to make each other happy. We decorate our homes, we cook a lot of food, we feast. We want everybody to get together, and we make effort to see everyone, and we buy each other presents, and there's a lot of joy that we create when we pay that much attention to each other. But because it's a season where we anticipate and work so hard for joy, it can make us extra sad when something falls through, when a tragedy happens at Christmas time, or it's the first Christmas without someone that we love that passed away earlier that year. There are a variety of reasons. Loneliness. Maybe you lost your job right in the middle of Christmas. There are many reasons why sometimes Christmas just doesn't live up to the joy that we hope for. You know, it's this time of the year that we remember the virgin birth. We remember Jesus being born in a stable and laid in a feeding trough, the manger. And we have this view of Christmas, and we celebrate the moments where the shepherds praised God for what they'd seen. The wise men bowed down and worshiped Jesus. And we recall that, and we sing Silent Night. But we don't often focus on the fact that pain and hardship wasn't far away from the original Christmas. Matter of fact, it was very, very present. You know the story of the wise men from the east. They were astronomers, and they had looked and seen this star, and they believed that it signified that a king had been born, and they traveled to Jerusalem and met with King Herod and said, "Herod, we believe that a king has been born." Now, it says Herod was afraid, and it said all of Jerusalem was, meaning the leadership there. Why? Well, they were Roman leadership, and any other ruler would have had competition with Caesar. And that's not something to be tolerated. So Herod lied to the men and said, "Go and report back to me so that I can go worship this king too." Well, the wise men went and offered their gifts, but they were warned in a dream not to go back to Herod. So they took the long way home in order to avoid Herod. And Matthew chapter 2, starting in verse 13, tells us a little bit more of the story. It says, "When they had gone, an angel of the Lord appeared to Joseph in a dream. 'Get up,' he said, 'take the child and his mother and escape to Egypt. Stay there until I tell you, for Herod is going to search for the child to kill him.' So he got up, took the child and his mother during the night, and left for Egypt. They ran for their lives. And it says, where he stayed until Herod's death. And so was fulfilled what the Lord had said through the prophet, 'Out of Egypt I called my son.' Now, when Herod realized that he had been outwitted by the Magi, the wise men, he was furious. He gave orders to kill all the boys in Bethlehem and its vicinity who were 2 years old and under, in accordance with the time he had learned from the Magi. Then what was said through the prophet Jeremiah was fulfilled. A voice is heard in Ramah, weeping and great mourning. Rachel weeping for her children and refusing to be comforted because they are no more." Man, what a bummer. I mean, you're probably saying, why are you sharing that horrific, tragic story? It's terribly, terribly sad. How can that be part of the Christmas story? Why would I share that during a time when we're all trying to be joyful? Well, I say it because for those of us who maybe mourn on Christmas, I say this to remind you that God draws near to those who are going through pain and suffering. That God sees you. He sees your pain. Psalm 34:18 tells us, the Lord is close to the brokenhearted, and He saves those who are crushed in spirit. That's not to say we shouldn't seek for joy, right? We should. But it's okay in those moments when we feel the brokenness of this world, and maybe you're going through a hard time right now, and it's a hard Christmas for you. Maybe you know someone who's going through a hard Christmas. I don't say this so that it can solve all your problems, but just know the Lord is near you. And for us, maybe who are full of joy at Christmas, to recognize those who maybe aren't experiencing that joy, that we can just come alongside them and be present with them. Not to solve the problems, but to just represent God in that moment and be near. So, Christmas, even the first Christmas, the one that involved Jesus Himself, wasn't devoid of pain. This world is full of it. And that's why Jesus came. He came to rescue us from it. So I hope that you'll turn to Him this Christmas season. I hope that you'll focus your hearts, your thoughts on Him. I hope He will be in the center of your Christmas celebration this year. With that being said, I look forward, Central City Church, to this Sunday, our first Christmas gathering. We're going to light candles and sing hymns, talk about the wonder and the joy of Christmas. If you're not part of Central City Church and you're curious about us, please click the link below. We're a brand new church, yet to launch a traditional service. We're currently meeting right here in my home. We're a small but growing group of people who believe that God has called us to be part of something new. If you'd like to be part of that, like to know more about it, click the link below, fill out the Connect link at the top, or find our phone number, our email address, reach out. We'd love to sit down with you, share a cup of coffee or hot chocolate, and just share what we're doing and why we're doing it. In the meantime, God bless and Merry Christmas.